Hey, so I've been playing this game called Tavern Tycoon over the last couple days, and I'm about an hour and a half into it, just been doing little bits of it on and off, and I gotta say, I'm enjoying it quite a bit. It's in early access right now, so I'm not gonna recommend you buy it unless you want to do bug testing and stuff, but they sent me a key, and I was like, yo, I'll try it, because you might not know this about me. A, I like Tycoon games, I think they're kind of fun, and B, for years now, I've always wanted a tavern simulator or a tavern tycoon, like a game that you can just run your own tavern and then, you know, like deal with all the various patrons, whether it be peasants or lords or wizards, whatever, guardsmen and all these different people, and just run your own little medieval establishment. I've always thought that was a really neat idea, and I've never really seen it done very well, and I think that Tavern Tycoon might be the one to do that. Now, you're looking at this, and it looks pretty basic. In fact, it looks like probably every other Tycoon game you've ever seen from the mid-2000s. It doesn't look particularly amazing or anything, but it's got this weird charm to it, you know? It's got a charm in the way that it does feel like that mid-2000s Tycoon game, like a Zoo Tycoon, and all those other ones that were popping up around that time period. And some of them were really good, of course, so Tavern Tycoon kind of feels like a throwback in that regard. Now, is that, you know, an excuse for not looking like a game that released in 2017? Not necessarily, of course, but at the same time, it is an indie game in early access, and with Tycoon games, I'm not really looking for extreme graphical fidelity. I'm more looking for interesting ideas and a bit of humor in it, and of course, good management aspects. And so far, even though this game's in early access, it's got some decent little aspects to it. By all means not done or anything. There's things missing from it, like a sandbox mode. That's not in the game right now, albeit you can continue to play on the separate maps that it does give you. Right now they're adding in all the challenge mode maps, and I'm not sure if there's going to be a storyline. There usually isn't in these Tycoon games, of course, but it does also seem like they're updating it quite a bit, so I'm kind of hoping that this game ends up being, you know, good. That'd be really nice if we got some nice little Tycoon games that aren't made absolutely terribly, and if there's someone who puts a lot of love and effort into it like they seem to be doing right now. I will say that at the current state, there isn't a whole lot to put into the game. You know, there isn't a lot of different buildings and rooms and stuff, but that can obviously be added as the game goes through early access, working towards release and everything. It does also have some neat ideas that I didn't really consider for my dream tavern tycoon or simulator game, which is things like managing your staff rooms and things like that. So it's got a bit of like an office tycoon feel to it as well as a hotel tycoon thing too, because in addition to running your own bar and taverns and everything and placing all that stuff around, you can also offer rooms for your denizens to sleep in and stuff after they've gotten absolutely drunk and all that good stuff. So that's really nice to see as well. You can basically run a little hotel. I'm not sure if they're going to add in like a brothel system. That might be a little bit too risque or anything like that, but you know, little things like that. You can do some different rooms as well as entertainment. You can set up places for musicians that are visiting for them to actually play. I don't know if that's implemented in the game yet, like you can place them, but I don't know if they'll use them because I've never actually had anyone use anything like that, or you know, the arcane rooms for visiting magic users and mages and things like that. So if that's not in there, it's at least going to be planned, because we do have the rooms for it. I just don't know if there's like scripting implementation that needs to be put in to make the characters utilize them properly and things like that. But all in all, Tavern Tycoon so far is something that I'm going to follow, probably you know, check back on every month or so up until it releases, because it really seems like it's being crafted with a little bit of love to it. You know, it feels like they know what they're doing with a Tycoon game, and I think that that's, you know, probably one of the things you need to do, especially with a genre like a Tycoon game, because if you don't know what you're doing, you don't know how to make proper management aspects or anything like that, well, you know, it's gonna end up being a little bit toss. Now, so far, I don't think this one is, so it's gonna be something I'm gonna be looking at every now and then. Hope you guys do as well. And if you are interested in it, it's available on Steam. Again, though, It's in early access. I wouldn't recommend picking it up unless you want to help with bug testing and everything. You know, what early access is like supposed to be for, basically. That's going to do it for me, though. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give this video a like. I'd be super appreciative. If you want to continue the discussion, of course, head over to my Discord server. That'd be awesome. And if you'd like to support me, you can do that on either VidMe or Patreon. I would appreciate either of those. $1 is all you need to do. I am PattyJack, and I will see you guys next time. Have a wonderful day.
I